An admitted triggerman broke down on the stand as he talked about plotting to kill his best friend. Denise Williams is on trial for murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and accessory after the fact for her involvement in the 2000 disappearance and death of her husband, Jerry Michael Williams. Michael was reported missing in December of 2000 after not returning from a duck hunting trip on Lake Seminole. All eyes were on the star witness, Brian Winchester, the victim's best friend. He claimed he was having an affair with Denise since 1997, and the two of them planned Brian's death to look like an accidental drowning.
Denise, because of the way she was raised, because of her pride, I guess I can't say all the reasons, but she did not want to get divorced, but she still had a desire for us to be together, which narrowed the options. Another scenario that we came up with was Mike and I going on a hunting trip together, and there being an accident where both he and I ended up in the water, and he drowned and I did not. I had told him that we were going to go to a secret special spot to go hunting, and that he needed to bring his waders. I had to make sure that he brought his waders because the belief was there was kind of like there still is probably like a duck hunter's myth that if you fall overboard with your waders, you're going to sink really quick and drown.
But the murder didn't go as planned, and Winchester confessed to shooting Mike in the face.
We got to that area that I knew was a deep area, basically stopped the boat and got him to stand up, and when he did, I pushed him into the water. I didn't know if he was trying to swim or I didn't know what was going on, but what I came to find out or eventually realized was he was taking the waders and the jacket off. And he was panicking, and I was panicking, and none of this was like going how I thought it was going to go. So I loaded my gun, and I made one or two circles around, and I ended up circling closer towards him, and he was in the water, and as I passed by, I shot him.
Winchester is currently serving 20 years in prison for a kidnapping charge in 2016, when he held Denise at gunpoint in her car. After he pled no contest to the charges, he agreed to provide information on Mike's murder, implicating Denise in the plot and taking investigators to the body in 2017. Mike was still wearing his wedding ring. Winchester also testified to Denise's insurance fraud charge, where she is accused of encouraging her husband to take out 3 life insurance policies, totaling over $1.7 million.
Was there a plan for you to gain access to or a portion of the insurance funds individually?
No, sir. All of Denise was the beneficiary, the only beneficiary in all the policies, as well as all their personal assets, as well as the Social Security. I mean, in total, it was about $2.25 million that she stood to receive in total. I was not the beneficiary on any of it. But of course, we knew that eventually when we ended up together, that I would secondhand benefit, I guess you could say.
2 of these policies were signed off on by Winchester, who was a life insurance agent at the time. Witness testimony also emerged of Brian and Denise's affair. A family friend of the victim, Lindsay Lockhart, claims she saw the duo in a romantic embrace at a rock concert in the 1990s.
I remember at one point, myself, Mike, and Angela were at the bar, and I looked over and saw Brian and Denise together, and Brian was standing behind Denise with his arms around her waist. And it struck me as very odd.
More than friends?
Very much so, yeah.
Williams and Winchester married in 2005, but split a number of years later. Denise is pleading not guilty to the charges and even denying the affair, claiming she had nothing to do with the murder. For Law and Crime, I'm Rachel Stockman.